Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Vibes with Intuitively D. Today we're coming to you with a video for the Pisces New Moon. The Pisces New Moon is on February 27th, 2025 at 9 degrees and some change of Pisces. What's super exciting, I mean, there's a lot of kind of exciting things about this new moon, but one of the coincidency lovely things that's about this moon is that it is happening at 4:44 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time. But of course, if you're not in Pacific Standard Time, then check your time zone. But yeah, I just thought that was super cool. So let's get into this video. Just a little review of Pisces season. I don't know why that just left my brain. And if you like my style, you know, I'm going to start off with like themes and introduction, and then it's going to have a timestamp of what this can mean for your rising sign. So if you don't want to hear any of this and you don't want to hear the closing, then go ahead and click that timestamp, and then you can find what the vibes could be along with a tarot card for your rising sign. So Pisces is the 12th sign of the Zodiac. It is the end making its way to the beginning. I have this love-hate relationship with Pisces, and I won't even get into that now because that can be a whole video by itself. But Pisces season is liminal space. It is a time of rest and restoration. It's the in-between. It's where winter ends and it's where spring will begin. If you didn't know, Pisces is mutable water. Mutable signs take us from one season into another season. It's the 12th sign of the Zodiac, ruled by Neptune, the god of, you know, the water, the sea, the ocean. Pisces energy is fluid, it's poetic, it's dreamy. It blurs the lines between reality and imagination that sometimes leads us to escapism, honestly. But really, Pisces season, Pisces the Zodiac, Pisces themes, characteristics really calls us to surrender, trust, and create in the divine. And I don't know, I have a different appreciation for Pisces these days than I did maybe even a year ago. This is the sign of the artist, the sign of the dreamer, the sign of the mystic, but also the victim and the unrealized hero. Under this new moon, we are invited to plant seeds of our dreams, embrace the divine flow, and open ourselves to unseen magic that connects us all. And that's pretty exciting, isn't it? It is. Along with this, sorry, cards are falling everywhere. Along with this new moon, it is going to make a square to Jupiter in Gemini. You know, Jupiter has woken up in Gemini. It's at 12 degrees. So this is going to be a pretty exact square. Not exact, it's within the 3-degree orb. But the new moon is going to square Jupiter and Gemini, meaning there's some obstacles, some challenge, some tension between your faith and your thoughts, right? Because Pisces is also religion. It rules religious figures. It rules churches. It rules spirituality. And so this can be some tension between what we believe, what we're dreaming, what we're holding on strong to, and over-analyzing, overthinking. So our thoughts. Pisces wants us to flow, while Jupiter and Gemini wants us to have all the research, all the data points, all the things ready before we make something happen. How do we move through this? Trust your intuition over logic, especially since when this new moon happens, the North Node is in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces, Saturn's in Pisces, the Sun is in Pisces. So Mercury will still be in Pisces. There's so much energy in Pisces season asking you to really go with the flow, as we say. So trust your intuition over logic, and don't let mental distractions pull you away from your bigger vision, right? I know if like a Virgo is hearing this, they're probably like, come on, don't. So let's get into what this means for you and each of the 12 rising signs. Listen for your rising sign because that's where the new moon will happen. And of course, I am a Western astrologer doing whole sign for the collective. And if you like my style, please comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for that. Aries and Aries rising, this Pisces new moon is happening in your 12th house. This is a deeply introspective and spiritual new moon for you. It's a 12th house moon, so of course it is. The 12th house is about retreating, healing, subconscious patterns. It's also about foreign lands. So if you've been trying to manifest a trip overseas or somewhere in a foreign land, this might be the new moon to do that for, especially if it's near water. I don't know why that popped up because my notes don't really say that, but like, you know, I'm just gonna go with my intuition, honestly. You may feel the need to rest, especially near a body of water, journal, or dive into dream work. Now, let me tell you this, because Jupiter and Gemini in your third house, there's going to create a square. So there's some tension, some obstacles, some challenge. Maybe you have a teaching engagement. Maybe you've just been really overthinking. Maybe there's been some miscommunication that's leading you to just be like, I don't want to talk to these people anymore. I'm going to isolate. I'm going to become a hermit. If that is happening to you, take a moment to isolate, take a moment to rest, take a moment to just hang out, practice mindfulness, get into some type of activity that lets you heal, and listen to your intuition. Go with your gut. If the people that you're communicating with, the people that you are, this could be your community, this can be siblings, if they are really not helping you heal, if they're not supporting you in that journey, what do we do about that? Gotta let it go. And also, time to manifest maybe new ways of healing. So maybe seeking out like ancestral healing, past life regression, an astrologer, energy healer. All of those things would be really good for you. So just know that there could be some communication coming in from like siblings, could be coming in from neighbors. And just, this is a time to manifest newness. Maybe you want new community, new neighbors, new siblings. I don't know how that happens, but you know, anything is possible. So yeah, just really slow down, listen to your intuition. If you start overthinking about all the things that are being miscommunicated or delayed in communication, overly communicated, take a moment and breathe, okay? Breathe. Let's pull a card for you. The Lovers, but in reverse. There's something about your mind and your intuition that are not aligned. I love when the Lovers and the Lovers come out, because for me, the Lovers are really about, it's a major arcana. It's the 6. It's of service. It's two people coming together, for an ultimate connection. And I really love the Lovers because it doesn't always have to be two people. I think most of the time when I pull the Lovers, I'm reading it for yourself. There's a part of you that, there's some pieces of you that need to come together to be in unison. And because I spoke of mental overactivity for you, could be something with your siblings and you're trying to heal that relationship, something like that. There needs to, sometimes you can't outthink things that need to be healed spiritually. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it makes sense to you. And so with the Lovers coming out, it's telling me that these two things could come together. There's two things that are in opposition. They are far apart. They're not coming together to work together. What we always want to see is the Lovers in the upright coming together. So this time around, maybe manifest, set some intentions around the mind and the gut working together to best suit you. All right. I hope this was helpful. Hi, Taurus and Taurus rising. The Pisces new moon is happening in your 11th house. This new moon sets some intentions around opportunities for new friendships, new communities, new long-term hopes, wishes, and dreams, goals. All of that could be presenting themselves to you. I love it. This is a great time to set intentions around collaborations, especially if it's what your intuition, your heart, your gut have been really telling you to do. But there is Jupiter and Gemini in your second house of self-worth and your material possessions, your money, and it's squaring this moon. So make sure your financial priorities and your dreams match. Sometimes we can have tons of dreams, but it doesn't make us any money, or we're making a ton of money, but it's not our dreams. So like, make sure that they're balanced. Avoid spreading yourself too thin. If you have too many projects and you're like, I don't know which one I should work on. I'm working on all of them, and then you just give up because you just don't want to do any of them. So I think this is just a really good time for you to come back to yourself. It's the 11th house. Gather with people that you really adore and that will really support you. Yeah, gather with people that really adore you and support you. Let's pull a card. Collaborating with maybe new people as well might be quite lovely. These reversals are so funny because Pisces season really asks us to listen to our gut. We spend so much time society-wise, like humans spend so much time in their logic and in their brain that we have a hard time coming out of the brain and reaching into our heart space, reaching into our intuitive space. And that's why I think the first few cards have been in reversals, because it's just very, very difficult for us. And it's really calling us out and saying, hey, you're living too much of the mental, even though this is the Ace of Swords, which is Gemini. You know, it's air energy, so it is communication and logic and thinking and saying what you mean and meaning what you say, and the reverse. And maybe you've been in friendships, you've been in communities, you have not been saying what you mean and meaning what you say. You haven't been communicating it, and I think the opportunities, because Ace of Swords is opportunity, like offered opportunities for collaborations, and with this Pisces new moon being an opportune time for you to collaborate on projects with people or collaborate on things with people, maybe you just have not been saying it, and then no one knows you want to collaborate. So make sure, my hope for you for this new moon is that you take this Ace of Pentacles in reverse to heart, and you self-reflect and say, have I really asked the people? Have I really been putting myself out there? Do people even know I want to collaborate with them, right? And set some intentions around being able to speak from the heart space, speak from your soul, from your intuition with your friends and your community, because there is someone out there, some peoples out there that will love to collaborate with you. I hope this has been helpful. See you next month. Hi, Gemini and Gemini rising. I promise I will try not to drag you this time. The Pisces new moon is in your 10th house of career, public image, and your life direction, who you are out in this world, your legacy. Oh, such a beautiful, sweet new moon. I know Gemini risings have to be so in the brain all the time. They're always 10 steps ahead of everybody else, already ready to say the comment. I don't even know if they're even listening to people, honestly. So I hope you listen to yourself, at least for this new moon. I hope you listen to your intuition. I hope you listen to your heart, because if you've been wanting to step into a more intuitive, healing space, creative kind of role, this could be the new moon that you set intentions for, so that comes into fruition. It's bringing those type of opportunities. So I really love this for you. It is really asking you to not overthink how your manifestations for this new moon. It's asking you to not be so logical about next steps. It's asking you how you can flow, what feels good to the soul, what have you been dreaming about, and how can you take next steps to make that happen. Remember, Jupiter in your first house is going to square this new moon. And not always, but a square is not a super happy aspect, right? It's a tension, it's an obstacle, it's a challenge. So you might be overthinking your next step, surprise, surprise, right? So you might think like, I can't really do this. I don't really have the knowledge. I don't have what this person has. Let me research some more. Let me take some more classes. Let me do more. All this logic stuff. When you have the wisdom, you have the expertise, you know you can do it. So don't let imposter syndrome hold you back. Let's pull a card for you. That wasn't a drag, was it? It was not. You know what's crazy is this is the third reversal, second major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune, let me take that back. The World in reverse, 21. Here's the thing. You can have the world right? You could have the world. It's being in the 10th house, the circle. The 10th house is the house of completion. 10 is a completion number. 21 goes down to a 3, which is Gemini, 3rd house. This is about you communicating to yourself, knowing that you can have it all. I just don't think you can have it all. I think you think because you don't have the certificate, you don't have the course, you don't have the learnings, that you can't transition into something that is a little more healing to you, a little more aligned to you, a little more authentic to you. And the thing that you've been thinking about is probably something so different that you might be kind of worried about what everybody else thinks when you start transitioning. 10th house, people are going to see you for who you are. So my question for you for this new moon is, do you want to keep doing the things that you've been doing over and over again that don't lead you to the world, to what you want, to what you need? Or do you want to change it up a little bit? Respect your intuition, respect your soul, respect your heart, and, lean in to get in the world that you choose, because everybody's world is different, right? So this might not be 6 figures, a giant house or whatever. This might be a little side business, baking side business, right? Like, so, God, I wish y'all would lean into your intuition a little bit more. And this is coming from a person that it took a long time for me to come out of my brain and start leaning into my intuition and my heart space. But boy, oh boy, when I did, my life really, really changed for the better. So please tell me what you think in the comments. I wish nothing but the best for you for this new moon, Geminis. Cancer and Cancer rising. Sometimes you get me when I'm being silly in between takes, and that's just what it is. Hi, Pisces New Moon happening in your 9th house. I love this Pisces New Moon in the 9th house. The 9th house of expansion, travel, deep learning, philosophy, faith. You know, Pisces about spirituality, about religion, and faith and religion don't necessarily always mean the same, but they could go hand in hand. So I just really love it for you. This is a time for, like I said, really exploring, embracing, seeing new opportunities in the realm of spirituality, education, or even really planning a big trip. Pisces, the ruler of the 12th house, which is foreign and abroad travel. And then you have the 9th house, which is also foreign and abroad travel. Well, 12th house, foreign lands, and 9th house, foreign and abroad travel. They work really well together. Plus, it's another fellow water sign, so it's going to make a harmonious aspect to any of your, it could make a harmonious aspect to any of your Cancer placements if you have more than just a Cancer sun or rising. So I'm really hoping that you use this to manifest really beautiful things in the realms of like hopes, wish, higher learning, especially if it's about a healing modality. I love that for you. Or planning a trip overseas, love that for you. There's also this square in your 12th house, because that's where, a square to your 12th house, because that's where Jupiter in Gemini is at. There could be too many options. Maybe you want to go to Brazil, you want to go to Colombia, you want to go to Italy, you want to go to Greece, you want to take this class, this course, you want to dabble in Buddhism, you want to dabble in Hinduism. You know, there's just so much out there. Like, the world is just so big, right? So there could be like just too many things going on, and you overdo it, you overspend on the trips because you plan too many, you take too many classes, and now you're like overwhelmed and stressed out. So just make sure, sit a moment, maybe write out a list and see how you want to move, Let's see. Listen to your intuition without overanalyzing. Follow the opportunity that really excites your soul over everything. I absolutely adore that for you, Cancers. I swear, I need to look at this deck. Is everything in the reverse? No, everything is not in the reverse. Okay, well, you know. King of Wands. Maybe you've been feeling, intuitively, of course, the King of Wands is like, it could be Sag vibes, right? Which is 9th house, which, let me get my life together. Wands, especially King of Wands, gives me big Sag energy, which Sag rules the ninth house. It is in charge. Jupiter is its ruler, so it is about faith. It is about like exploring the unknown and other cultures and things of that. And the King of Wands is fun. He's creative. He knows where he wants to go. He is strong. He is courageous. He is intuitive as well, right? So I am thinking that there's something that is just a little like unsure, lack of confidence when thinking about where to go. I really feel like if this is lack of confidence, it's in education. Like you've been thinking about doing something new, you've been thinking about going somewhere. The line in the background, the strength to do it, right? To move forward in the life that you want to live. But in reverse, it's kind of like things are delayed, they're slowed, and they're not moving in the way, not as spirited, not as fun, not as passionate as you would like it to be. Pisces New Moon comes in and says, let's pause. Let's think about this. What do we really want to do for this to become this? For us to move forward in a very confident, passionate, fearless kind of way in our life, especially with ninth house things. I think this is just time for you to kind of sit back and not overanalyze, overthink it, and move forward. You just gotta move forward, okay? You just gotta move forward. I hope this has been helpful for you, Cancer. Hi, Leo and Leo rising, fellow Leo and Leo rising. This is your Pisces New Moon video. Of course, this is happening, I don't know if I should have said of course, but this is happening in your 8th house of deep transformation, intimacy, financial shifts because it's shared resources, loans, grants, inheritances, taxes. It is that house. It's the house of death and rebirth. I think I said transformation already. It's just the house. And I don't know about you. I would love to hear from other Leo risings how people with Pisces placements have changed your lives for the worse or for the better, but hopefully not so negative. But I know that I've had really fundamental changes with people that have Sun in Pisces, and it hasn't actually been that easy, but I've come out of those relationships and situations much better. But boy, oh boy, did they wreck my soul for a time period. So new moon in the 8th house, I actually really love this for us. I think we need this, especially that by the time this new moon happens, Mars will now be direct in our 12th house in Cancer. So that's actually pretty sweet. It won't make any kind of, it won't make a really harmonious, like it will trine it, but a huge trine, like there's 8 degrees in between it. So it's not like gonna kiss it. But I think we just kind of need this rest and restoration after all of the retrograde in our 12th house and that Leo full moon, the Aquarius new moon. I just think we need this kind of like getting back to spiritual based practices and coming back to ourselves and letting the old die and start reinventing the new us. So you may be experiencing a rebirth in your emotional and financial life. So thinking about like merging finances with someone, or hopefully you get a letter that says you were owed some money. Hopefully you get the grant, you get the loan that you've been wanting. Hopefully all of that comes to fruition for you. And maybe if this is just like you feel a breath of fresh air emotionally, like you've let some things go in those cycles that we've had, those astral transits that we have, and you can really breathe and you feel like a brand new person. There is the square to Jupiter and Gemini in the 11th house, which is you know, maybe don't take out a loan with other people. don't mix friendships and finances. Just be hesitant if you need some money. I don't know if you want to mix friendship with that, maybe, you know, so just be really like, so just be very clear about that. If this is merging money with people, also just be very mindful of that, because there could be some conflict and some miscommunications around money with other people. And also if you're trying to communicate emotional things to other people, just be mindful of that, because something little could also blow up. But excuse me. This is a new moon to really set some emotional boundaries with people. If you've been feeling like I need to like do it. Do it. If it's been feeling in the soul, in the gut, because Pisces, then do it. Okay, let's pull a card for you. And this one is looking at me, so let's do it. Be stingy with your time. This is the first card in the upright that I've pulled, and you are the fifth sign I've done. And it's the Four of Swords, rest and restoration. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say. This is a time for rest and restoration for you. Pisces season is liminal space. Leos are always trying to do things, be out there, be showy, be flashy, be everywhere for everybody, do the damn thing all the time. We can't be on all the time. There is a time and space we need to rest and restore. This might be Pisces season for you. Let the new moon hold you tightly, comfort you, and show you rest is just as important as being busy and being out there and having parties and stuff. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you. I really love this for you. I love this. See you in 2 weeks. See you soon. Yeah. Hi, Virgo and Virgo rising. Good Lord, I know you are sick of things in Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. I just know you're tired, okay? But you know what? I love this for you. So you have Pisces New Moon in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and commitments, relationships with contracts. This is a new start, a new beginning, one that can be very intuitive, very soulful, very spiritual. I love this for you. You deserve it. This is going to help you, especially since the South Node is in your 1st house right now, and now the North, and the North Node is in your 7th house. It's really pushing you to release the overanalyzing, the overthinking, the Virgo stuff, and really start leaning into the flow. You are also a mutable sign, just to remind you. So you can also flow. I love this for you. This is an excellent time to set new intentions in love and business and personal connection. But wait, there's more. Just kidding. But with Jupiter and Gemini in your 10th house, right? Because that's where it's at. It's squaring the moon. Don't let external pressure or overcommitments distract you from relationships that truly matter. So if work is buzzing you 50 million times, you need to set some boundaries and be like, you know what? I'm off at 5, I'm off at 4, whatever it is, and don't respond, because I really want you to make a priority your personal relationships. I really want that for you. I have so many Virgos in my life that have gone through it, and I just want to see them win. I just want to see them win. They're such good women. I just want to see them win. The card for you is the 4 of Cups, but in reverse. I think there's a moment right now that you're realizing that, like, you've been putting everybody first. You kind of been stingy. Sorry, let me take this back. 4 of Cups. I love this for you because it's in the reverse. It is really talking about, like, maybe you really were feeling like people were not, there was no emotional support, no, oh God, why is my brain stopping right now? No great offers. You're really just kind of like, woe is me, that kind of thing, right? The 3 of Cups, 3 cups are spilled over, 1 cup is still there. So it's like you're always looking at the ones that are not there instead of like focusing on the one that's there. And you're just kind of like ho hum, right? But in reverse means you're starting to wake up that, like, you know what? I am worth being with in a really great relationship. I am worth putting myself out there. I deserve to be happy. And I know there's this whole discourse of like, you have to love yourself. Like, self-love is like so important, but that does not take away from the fact that some people really want to be in partnership, right? And 2 things can be true at one time. I love myself wholeheartedly, but I also want a really great partnership. And I think you are realizing that. Like, maybe there was a time period where you're like, no, 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 no. And now you're realizing like, yeah, okay, I am worth it. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna be grateful for the friendships I have and the things that I've done, but I am really just gonna start putting myself out there. I know I shouldn't be happy about Four of Cups, honestly, as a tarot reader in the reverse, but like something about it tells me like this is a brand new beginning for you of emotional, like putting yourself out there and being really excited about putting yourself out there and not really overthinking it. I really love that. Please let me know how this works out for you. I really want to know. Yeah. Libra and Libra rising. Hello. The new moon is happening in your 6th house of, daily routines, health, and work life. So your colleagues and just your daily schedule. This is a new chapter, Pisces new moon, setting some new intentions around that area of your life, around balancing. When we talk about that, cliche work-life balance, Pisces new moon is like, yeah, work-life balance. We need to have a life. If you've been overworking and not tending to yourself, this is Pisces new moon is like, stop it. What can we do? What intentions can we set for better habits, for mindfulness practices, for taking care of ourselves, making us a priority above everybody else, especially work, honestly. I'm always going to slander work. I know it's how we make our money and live, but like, good grief. So really set some intentions around balancing your work, balancing your real life. And even if this is really about like your work, you balance that, but this is about life. Say you're a mom, say you're a dad, say you a sister or whatever, and you're juggling like your familial responsibilities too. That also calls for balance. You can't fill other people's cup if your cup isn't filled. I know that's a cliche as well, but it's very, very true. So really set some intentions around balance and creating mindful habits. This could be around your workout routines, your fitness, but mental health for sure. There is a square in Gemini in your 9th house, which is like the travel, the expansion, the house of faith. So just be careful of, did I say that right? Yeah. But just, hello, girl, get a grip. Just make sure you are focusing on small aligned steps to get you to this work-life balance. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Let's pull a card for you. This one says, for such a like jazzy new moon, 5 of Pentacles. Maybe you're like, I don't have the money to make myself a priority. And that's understandable because like, no, yeah, I understand that. But what if you looked at it as maybe you need to ask for support? Maybe you need to dip into the savings that you don't want to dip into. But this is about really a lack mindset. So maybe it's not even spending a ton of money to make yourself a priority. Maybe it's not picking up the phone, putting your phone on do not disturb. Maybe it's telling everybody in the house you can't be disturbed until 10 a.m. on a Saturday, right? That's free. So I think there's this sense of like, I don't have money for massages. I don't have money for spas. I don't have money to get a new wig, a new blah, 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 right? But there's things that we can do. Going for a walk is free. Chatting with your bestie, chatting with a person that you really love that is supportive is free. So I think this is less about money and more about mindset. And if we can get the right mindset together, then like we're good, right? We're good. So really this new moon is about changing mindset and really setting intentions around balancing mental health and making yourself a priority. I hope that is helpful, Libra. Yeah. Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio risings. The Pisces new moon is your 5th house, fellow water sign, vibes really well. So if you have any planets in Scorpio around, I would say 6 to 12 degrees, this new moon is going to make a very harmonious aspect to you. So really use it for that extra push you need to make your intentions happen. So the 5th house is, you know, the house of creative projects, your self-expression, romance, and all of that can take center stage. Setting some intentions around those things, especially creative projects and self-expression. Of course, romance, because Pisces, you know, is the poet. It's not necessarily the lovers, but it could be the lovers. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 of Cups energy, kind of. But like self-expression, I think, is what it's about. Like singing, dancing, creating, drawing, painting, writing poetry, any of those things. If you do any of those things, healing, it would be that one. This is a beautiful time to set intentions around pleasure. I don't know why that did not want to come out. Did you see me struggling? Pleasure, passion, play. With Jupiter squaring this new moon in your 8th house, you know how that goes. And it's like, you just kind of might feel like you can't focus on yourself, honestly. So you're overwhelmed. There's like so many things that you're trying to transform and be rebirthed, and there's just a lot going on. So really, with this new moon, focus on self. I'm really gonna just do that up. Focus on yourself more than anything else. Focus on one creative project, one romantic pursuit, one of those things, because like you can have your hands in so many pots and then nothing really happens, okay? So just think about that. Stay present in your joy this time around. I absolutely adore this for you. Let's pull a card. The first, like, kind of upright, nicey-dicey, looking towards your future, 2 of Wands. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself? How do you want to express yourself? The world is your oyster. Anything and everything is possible. She sits there in the comfort with the globe down there, with the wands, your passion, your spirit, your fire, your joy, right? Wands, fire energy. I think this is really lovely for Scorpios because, like Leos, like Taurus, like Aquarians, it has been kind of shaky for a minute or two. And this is really saying like, hey, the world is your oyster. Pisces New Moon comes in and is like, lean into your intuition, babes. Lean into your gut. Lean into the sacral and figure out what you want to do and do it. But don't get overwhelmed so you don't do anything. Let me know how this works out for you. I really want to know, Scorpios. See you in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Hi, Sagittarius and Sag risings. This is your Pisces New Moon video happening in the 4th house. What a sweet moon to have. What a sweet moon to have in the 4th house. It's the house of family, emotional stability. It is your home, how your home looks, the aesthetic of it, the people that live in your home. And I just really love that for you. So if there's something that you want to start fresh and anew in your home, this is the new moon, especially if it's been on your mind and your soul and your spirit, because it's all about intuition when we talk about the Pisces new moon. So new beginnings in your home, in your family. If you're reconnecting with family members, that'd be super sweet. You might feel an urge to redecorate your home, maybe relocate your home, especially if it's near some water, or reconnect back to your roots. If this is like you going back home to talk to family, this would also be a super sweet moon to do that for, right? With. So I love that for you. If it's about conversations that you need to have with people that live in your home, this is the moon to do it, because it could be a little bit sweeter and land on people's palate with like honey instead of like vinegar, because it's Pisces like. So I really actually adore this for you. It's really good. Remember, Jupiter in Gemini is in your 7th house of relationships. So there's also this kind of like, other people could be telling you, don't move here, don't decorate this, right? Because the 7th house is one-to-one relationships, so other people, so they could be all in your business, and you're like, shut the hell up. And you might have to say that, honestly. So don't let other people sway you for something that you already want to do, okay? So really be your own self. I know that's like, I don't need to tell a Sagittarius this, but sometimes you do want to make people happy. So just really make sure you listen to your own. And that card popped out. No other cards have popped out. I've been having to pull them, so we'll take this card. Make choices that feel right for you and your inner peace. And guess what? The Knight of Pentacles. Stability in the home space, stability in the mind, stability in the family, offers, just someone that comes in and is like, yeah, let's do this. It's strong foundations. This could be like someone coming in, like you're building a new home with someone, and that doesn't necessarily mean a physical place. It could be like you're building home. Home is wherever you make it with another person, an older man, a Capricorn, a Virgo. What's the other one? A Taurus, but more like this Knight of Pentacles always gives me Capricorn vibes. So it's about like there's a horse there, so like you can weather the storm. So I think this is really about if you've been thinking about relocating with your partner, if you've been thinking about like how you're gonna make things happen. This Pisces New Moon shows you opportunities, financial opportunities that can make it happen. It also shows you that there are people around that can also help you and build in a way that you want to build. All right. Hope this has been helpful for you, Sag. Let me know. Alrighty, Capricorn, how are you? This is your Pisces New Moon video. This is happening in your 3rd house of communication. So let's see. You know, Pisces and Capricorn sextile each other. So there is a harmonious aspect that happens with these two signs get together. So this could be a really sweet new moon for you. I think it probably will be. This new moon activates your communication center, your learning center, and your local environment because it's the 3rd house. Also the house of siblings, your community. Did I say that? Your neighborhood. Also, I don't know why this is coming to me right now, but the 3rd house is also ruled by Gemini. So it's like breathing, it's air, it's teaching, it's that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know why I said that, but like there's that. So you may feel really called to start writing, speaking, or launching an idea, especially if it's like artsy fartsy, especially if it's intuitive based, a healing modality, spiritually based as well. That might be a thing for you. I know Capricorn, people think Capricorns are all about the business and logical and da-da-da-da. But I'm a Capricorn, and look at me over here with astrology and yoga and sound bathing and all the stuff that I do. So I think it's about really just kind of listening to your intuition and seeing what feels right to your soul and then moving on that. And it might be wild. It might start off small, but it sets some intentions around that because I think there is a feeling of wanting to be a little more creative, a little more romantic, a little more artsy fartsy. All right. Jupiter in Gemini, in your 6th house, your daily schedule, is going to square this new moon. So work might be like, you have to do this, your daily schedule, you have to do this, and it doesn't give you any time to write, to create, to communicate the things that you really, to learn new things, right? So you're like having to balance that, and it can be overwhelming. And honestly, in my life, this is playing out, even though I'm a Capricorn sun, but there's some things that are happening in my daily schedule that I'm like, I need to make a video. I need to do this. I need to do that. I like, right? So that might be happening. So just make sure you really try to manage that and lean into what you want to do. Lean into your intuition. Pick a few things you want to do, then start dabbling. Don't try to do 25 million things, okay? Don't try to do that. Let's pull a card for you. This one slid out, so let's try you. Queen of Wands in reverse. Don't try, when you are trying to be everywhere and everything, you're not really in your passion place. You're not really in your pleasure pace. You're just doing because you're a Capricorn and you feel like you need to be goat-like climbing the mountain. But what if you pick a couple of things, settle on that, things that make your heart sing, and that becomes the thing. I think that is how you become the Queen of Wands. You become the Queen of Wands when you lay down this idea of like you have to do it all, and you just pick a couple of the things that you want to do, a couple of the things that are passion projects that are near and dear to your soul, that make your soul sing. And when that happens to you, whether it's communicating to other people, whether it's writing, speaking, a podcast, whatever it might be, it's when you lean into the thing that you want to do the most, not into all the things. Okay, I know I'm speaking to myself as I'm speaking to you. Let me know how this works out for you, Capricorn. Hi, Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is your Pisces new moon. The new moon is happening in your second house of material possessions, your finances, your self-worth. Love this for you. Pisces and Aquarius can be very similar, but we also know that they're very, very different. Sometimes they can be both like in the air, somewhere else, not in reality, but in very different ways. And so I think for you, you can really vibe with this Pisces energy of being dreamy and being in your intuition. Okay, hair tangle. Being attuned to your intuition and seeing what you want to do and moving in that way. This is a new cycle around your money, around self-worth and stability, because second house is also our resources, is how we feel stable in the world. And the second house of Pisces, sometimes you don't feel as stable because it's a mutable sign, so it's kind of flowy and it's watery. So you can kind of be like, with it. This is a powerful time for you to set up financial intentions. So maybe budgeting or a side income, whatever that looks like for you. Working on maybe affirmations of attracting abundance and prosperity. And you know me, I'm never going to be like, you just say it, you write it, and then it happens. You will have to put some steps into play. But you have Aquarius energy, you're Saturn-based sign, so you know you're going to have to work somehow for it. So just speaking it into existence is really like the first step for you. And I just love that. So really, like, once again, I just want to say it one more time. Financial intentions, attracting abundance, stepping into greater self-confidence. So if you don't think you can do it, then you're not going to do it. So sometimes you just have to be like a Leo, your sister sign, and be like, I know I can do it. You know they can't really be doing anything. Just kidding. I'm a Leo rising. But, you know, hop on that bandwagon. Jupiter and Gemini in your fifth house of creative expression, self-expression, romance is going to square this new moon. So be mindful of spending all your money on dates and your new artistic expression, because you're like, that new hobby is going to make me a ton of money. So you put a ton of money into, I don't know, a bunch of paint or podcasting stuff, whatever it might be, a dance floor, a dancing pole, whatever it might be. You put some money in that, and then 2 months later, you're over it. So just be like mindful of how you're going to spend your money, and then don't second guess yourself. Stop second guessing yourself. So if that is finding some affirmations, finding some mantras to say for the month for Pisces season, then do that. I think that would be really beneficial for you. Let's choose a card, because you are capable and deserving. And this is so funny because this card just came out, and for Sagittarius, maybe, I don't know. But Two of Wands in reverse. Maybe you don't know which way to go. Maybe you are worried that the world is not your oyster. Maybe you're too overwhelmed with all the possibilities of the things that you can do. This Pisces new moon wants you to listen to your intuition, not your logic. I know you think you can do all these things. I know you think you should be doing all these things, but what is your heart saying? What is the heart saying? What is your soul saying? When you find out what your soul's saying, what brings you passion, what brings you pleasure, what is playful to you, then you can move forward. Okay, so let this be a lesson for you. There you go. All right, Pisces, it is happy birthday. It is your turn. This new moon, good grief. 2 years ago, I think I say this might be every new moon video, but I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, I had a new moon on my birthday, and I just felt brand new. The intentions I set, most of them came to pass. If this new moon is happening on your birthday, do it big. Set some really beautiful, dream big, intentions for you. So Pisces, new moon in the first house. This is your new moon. Do a little dance for you. It's a personal reset, right? It's the first house. It's the self. It's your identity out in this world. It's your goals. It's your ambitions. I love it. I love this for you. This is your moment to dream bigger, set new personal goals, embody your next evolution. What does that look? What have you been dreaming about? What has your intuition been saying to you? lean into that, okay? Lean into that. Jupiter in your 4th house, that house of home, family, emotional foundations, is going to square this new moon. So there's this conflict between your heart and your mind. There's this conflict between your family and saying what you want to do. Listen to what you want to do. Trust your intuition. It rarely leads you wrong, especially if you're a highly evolved Pisces. You know what's up. There's no need to worry about what your family is thinking. You will be supported. It is your time to shine. This is very, very sweet. Maybe you set some intentions near a body of water. Maybe you do a cleansing bath and a renewal shower. You go to a spa for your birthday, something very water-like, very dreamy. I just really adore this for you. Let's pull a card for you. 3 of Swords in reverse. Maybe this last 12 months has been a doozy. You have the sun in your 1st house now, Mercury in your 1st house. Venus will be there, albeit it'll go retrograde there. The North Node in your 1st house. There have been things that have been slowly ending to start you over again. There is a newfound direction for you. There's old patterns that have been broken, things that you need to let go, and you're slowly but surely doing that. And I think you are on the up and up. Pisces can sometimes play the victim. They can sometimes be woe is me into things, but I think you're ready to be the hero of your own story. I think you're ready to become who you were always meant to be a little vibey, to be a little healer, to be a little whatever you want to be without worrying about what the world thinks of you. And if this is for you, then, oh, I am so excited for you. I would love to hear, what you are going through in the comments. The 3 of Swords in reverse is that there has been heartbreak. People have maybe stabbed you in the back. People have done you dirty. And through that all, you have held firm to your faith in yourself, to your sweetness, to your sensitivity. And because you have, this new moon is coming in to be like, now what do you want? Now what can we do? What? Because this was not easy. This was actually quite terrible. Quite terrible. But the new moon is coming in to mend this. And I love it for you. Please let me know. Please, please, please let me know how this works out for you. Yeah. So here are my final thoughts on the Pisces new moon. Set intentions that align with your heart and your soul, your sacral, your heart space, your intuition. Let go of overthinking and trust the flow. Remember, Pisces is the sister sign of Virgo, so sometimes we just overthink and we don't really just listen to our heart space. Your dreams are valid. Don't just let distractions pull you from every which way, because Jupiter and Gemini kind of can give you so much information you just freeze. But yeah, I would love to hear how this new moon plays out for you. Drop me a comment below. Let me know where the new moon is happening in your natal chart and what intentions you're setting. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on all the notifications to hear all the things that I have going on, whether it be the new moon, the full moon video 2 weeks from now, my sound baths for each new and full moon, and then yoga practices. And if you'd like to work with me, I think my information will be in the description, of course, and of course timestamps will be in the description. So thank you. I will see you in a couple of weeks.